Paul getting some love in the city of Chicago and around the nation. Last time they made the tournament was in 2004. A couple of things stood out in this game, though. Right before regulation, Moretti, who had missed a free throw all season, 24 in a row, misses a free throw. Coleman Lands comes down and hits that big three. They didn't foul in that situation. Little things, once again, missed free throw, 2 free throws, 1-point game for DePaul. There was that scramble, and it's out of bounds on Tech, and DePaul gets the ball back. 1-point game. Moore has the ball. It looked like he got fouled, loses the basketball, but he hustled and got it back, Jim.
But even on that play before that, when it went out of bounds and DePaul was able to get it back, it was the hustle. This is hustle.
Yeah.
Instead of Charlie Moore complaining about whether it should have been a foul or not only did he run down the court, but he got his body on the ground and prevented the Texas Tech player from picking it up, Chris Clark. And now on the back end, Jalen Lands comes in now and scoops up the ball. The things that it takes to win games, little things are right there. Indeed, it happened for them. And down the stretch, they got their hands on the ball. They were the first one, 50-50 ball. Congratulations to DePaul.
It's good to see a guy like Charlie Moore, start off 0 for 10. 2 for 15 in the game, still had 10 assists and making these little plays that help his ball club win.
A lot of gumption. It was just a team that hung in there, right? It was a blow-for-blow type of game, counterpunch style of game, and that really is what Big East play is like the majority of the time, and also the NCAA tournament. DePaul forced Texas Tech into 22 turnovers, so we know Texas Tech has an excellent defense. Chris Beard, kind of a savant or a genius on the defensive side of the ball in terms of being a tactician, but Dave Lato, he's also got pretty good pedigree with Jim Calhoun at Connecticut, and he has this team playing excellent defense as well. The 22 turnovers indicate that.
Both coaches decided not to foul when their team was up 3. One time in regulation, the other time in overtime. The regulation, Beard decides not to foul here with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and an excellent, well-devised play there with Butt setting the screen, which gave just enough time for Coleman Lands to get that shot off and ultimately force an overtime. And Jimmy and I are always in here talking about it. So interesting. Some coaches always found that situation, others don't. But really it comes down to, have you practiced it? Are you comfortable with that particular group? Some coaches, it's have a hunch, bet a bunch, and others, it's an absolute that they always found that situations. But Dave Lato, he's hitting on all the right notes this season with DePaul.
Yeah, but you have to, and I'm going to go back to that. A lot of people may watch the game, volume down, they don't know what's going on. Why didn't you foul? Why didn't you foul? Well, you have to be able to trust those young men will take the foul when they need to before a guy goes up for a shot.
Yeah.
But that has to be practiced. You have to continue to do that all the time so it becomes second nature. So when you're in that situation, that coaching staff has trust that the 5 men on the floor are going to execute that defensive play without giving up something that will ultimately cost them the game.
Hey, Tech played without his leading scorer, Jamias Ramsey, in his game. The freshman, of course, averaging 17 points a game. But once again, a win is a win for DePaul. Once again, 9-0. Look at the schedule, man. Buffalo, UIC, Cleveland State, Northwestern, all winnable ball games for DePaul. They still got to go out there and play before they get into Big East action against Seton Hall. So they could be 13-0 before they go into Big East play.
Lucky 13, and also the fact they have wins at Iowa, at Boston College, at Minnesota. Now you add Texas Tech with a home victory, and the NCAA makes it very clear in terms of the criteria. They send the message to coaches to schedule road games, challenge yourself, and that's what DePaul has done. So that will help in terms of the seeding, because DePaul's going to be in the NCAA tournament. Just about what kind of seed will they receive.
And I'm going to say this. The biggest challenge now that you won these games, do you stay focused on the little things that you've done to get this against the teams that you were supposed to beat in your upcoming schedule?
Don't stub your toe.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you can't be hooting with the Owls tonight in Chicago, smoking cigars,
Gibson.
doing any of that.
Red Gibson.
Stay grounded, get your rest.
Once again, those 4 wins against those major conference teams, the most in the country.